Jonna, the Preppy Crafty Girl, and I am doing another journal with me in my book about me, or it's about me. I don't know what I'm going to call this, but anyway, it's not my daily journal, and I'm doing kind of like a memory keeping, I guess, in it. So I came across, like I said, some pictures from my mom, and I found one of my brother and I at up in Stowe, Vermont at Santa's Village, I think it was called. And I just wanted to journal it. I came across some vintage items that I have for Christmas. I actually have a huge box of it, and I am going to be offloading a lot of it soon. I'm putting together some ephemera packs and also going to make another one of these ring binder journals for Christmas, and then I'll post it for sale. I'm going to do one that I keep that I work in, and then I'm going to post one for sale, and it's going to have a massive ephemera pack with it because I have been pulling out all kinds of stuff. I like to work by pulling out the page out of the book. So I'm just taking out that sheet that I had. It actually was from a package. Oh, I'm pointing out here a little pig that I got at an estate sale. I got a box of sewing things, and it was this little pig that has a tape measure coming out of its rear. And I just thought it was so funny, but that's not why I bought the box. It just happened to be in the box, and it was from a bank. I guess they gave them away at a bank. So this packaging came from, I believe it was an old Dymo labeler. I'm not really sure, but I just loved it because on the other side there was a slide projector, which we grew up with watching slides, family slide shows and things like that. So I just want to keep that side intact. I was going to cover over it, and then I changed my mind. I'm just going to keep it. This is some Christmas wrapping. I think it's more like tissue paper. It's in between tissue paper and wrapping paper because it's not quite as thin as tissue paper, but you can't really see through it too much, so it's more like wrapping paper. I don't know. But I just love the Santa and Mrs. Claus. They were so cute. And I'm just taking the Uhu glue stick and I'm putting it down, trying to get the bubbles out and trying to get it lined up. The one thing I like about that Uhu stick, and I know I said this before, is that it is very accommodating as far as if you make a mistake, you have a little bit of wiggle time in order to reposition. And I'm not the greatest at getting things straight. I'm just going to add it to the back of the card, and I want to keep the front of this vintage Christmas card. I love the Merry Christmas on the card because it kind of mirrors the Merry Christmas in the photo. There was a sign in the background that said Merry Christmas above Santa, and it mirrors that or mimics that quotation on the wall hanging. I'm just kind of trimming down the paper now that I have it in position. We used to go up to Stowe, Vermont all the time as kids. It wasn't too far from where we lived. I grew up in Massachusetts and also Connecticut, and so we would even go up there during the summer. And I noticed from what I had on, I had a sleeveless shirt on and shorts, so Santa must be living there also in the summertime. And that's when this photo was taken. Just gluing down the wrapping paper. I'm going to position the card on the backing. Such a sweet little Christmas card. Then I'm going to take the photo and I'm going to put it on the card. I decided I like to use copies of original photos when I'm doing art journaling. So I end up going to Walgreens or wherever, and you can scan your photos and print them out at Print Shop or even Staples. And I take my photos, I lay them out on the big formatted scanner because they end up being $2 for a huge sheet. So you lay them out on the big format scanner and you scan them in, and then I just cut them. So I scan them in as a colored photo. I'm going to cover over that. It's a used vintage card, so I'm just going to cover over their signature. They don't have any relationship. I don't have a relationship with this person. Again, I just got the card in a box of vintage Christmas things at an estate sale. And here are some old vintage labels. Quite a collection of those. Some are sticky, some are not. These are little gummed stickers. I'm just going to glue that down. And the only reason why I did that was just because I came across it. I like the little red Santa better, I think. I'm just going to go through. I like to have choices. Yeah, so I just am having fun going through all these little note cards and trying to come up with the one that I want. Then I had these, I don't know if you remember these, they were like lick them, you lick the back of them. They were like a little sticker but not sticker. So of course, who knows where they've been sitting. I'm not going to lick them. I'm using a glue stick to put them down. And I want to just like fill the whole thing up, but I need to leave myself some room for journaling. So yeah, I contain myself. And that's like a little Merry Christmas. I have a whole roll of these vintage tags. Actually, they're stickers, but they don't stick anymore. So I have to glue them down. And now I'm just kind of putting the date on the to and from, and then I'm just writing a little bit about our childhood experience of going to that Santa's Wonderland place. Santa's Village, that's what it was. And now I gotta repunch the holes, and I'm going to put it in my book. I just want to say thank you for joining me again for another journal with me. I hope you come to find me on Instagram at the Preppy Crafty Girl.